Hello, Cloud Gurus. Bob Rapp here to talk about losing weight by eating bread. I know, counterintuitive, but I've lost more than 100 pounds, or about 42 kilos so far, and I can show you how to do the same in less than 10 minutes a day. So, we will first spend a little time understanding the science around bread, whole grains, and fiber. Science. Then I'll give you a step-by-step in a video to make your first loaf. Yum. I think I can smell it now. Finally, I will leave behind a website you can go to for the recipes and any help you need in baking bread. Okay, so who am I? Well, I'm Bob Rapp, cloud guy, baker with bread machines, and robot competition person, and a huge fan of a cloud guru. They've been awesome as I've been getting deeper into each of the public clouds. Now, who's this guy this guy looks hot and tired and unhappy. And the 100 pounds I gained while working mostly at Microsoft with too much tech and too little exercise, I decided to give myself some self-love and get rid of that diabetes and maybe become a healthier guy. So I did. Bread, exercise, good sleep, and lots of veggies and lean protein. A simple plan resulted in a much happier and healthier Bob on the right. Go team! Okay, so now to the science. 3 simple ideas. Satiety or fiber, whole food makes you feel more full, so you want to eat less. Secondly, life is long, so stick with behavior that you can actually do over a long period of time. And that wins over fad diets. Have you been on a diet where you eat all the meat you want? You might lose a lot of weight, but then you gain it right back. So fast weight loss usually doesn't solve the underlying problem that got you fat in the first place. Finally, science. Good to read the research that shows that whole grains and fibers reduce disease and increase the length of your life. Nice. So let's see how to make some bread. We're going to go through a step-by-step video, and I'm also going to point you to my website, talk a little bit about getting a bread machine new and used, and then answer some questions. Okay, this shows ingredients in both metric and English because I don't know who's watching the video. So let's take a look at how to make Bob's belly busting bread. So first we start with 300 grams of water, that's just tap water, 74 grams of organic honey, 32 grams of extra virgin olive oil, 270 grams of white flour, I use enriched, unbleached, 82 grams of 7-grain cereal, any kind you want, 10 grams of salt, 7 grams of vital wheat gluten, by the way, that raises the bread a little bit. Also bread machine yeast, raw sunflowers, 80 grams, 40 grams of pumpkin seeds, both raw, unsalted by the way. Then 7 grams of sesame seeds, and finally 14 grams of flashed and crushed roasted flax. Good, well that's it. So if you have more questions, head over to bobsbreadblog.com. I use a Hamilton Beach machine, as I mentioned, and those are about 65 bucks globally. You can get for 20 bucks used, but anything that supports a 1.5 pound loaf is great. So look at that bread. We put it in the bread machine, 3 hours and 10 minutes later it came out. We put it on the cooling rack for a couple hours, and then finally every morning I have some delicious bread with some grass-fed butter and a little bit of organic honey. So who gets the rest of the bread? Because I only eat 1 loaf a week. What happens to the rest? Well, it's given to my friends. So we've got Chester, my honey guy there, some friends at a Philippine restaurant, another baker or 2 in the neighborhood. These are all friends of mine. It's not sold, it's given to friends. I'll tell you, it's a great way to build great relationships in your neighborhood. So thanks for being awesome, Cloud Gurus. I'm excited about eating bread to lose weight. I've showed you the step-by-step to make my bread, and finally a website for after. So thank you very much. You guys have a terrific day.